Hey there, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. But before I take you to your show, I have a very small request to make. Do check out the other episodes that we have created so far. And as you know, we are available on all major music and podcast streaming apps across the world. So, whichever podcasting platform you're listening to, do hit the follow button and leave us a rating, as that will help us improve our content and reach a wider audience. And with that, welcome to the show.
Oh, hello everybody once again at Say That Again, Mate. So, people of the world, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he, him, she, her, they, them. Priya, I just want to
All the
mention everybody,
pronouns.
everybody, every creature listening to our podcast. A big thank you, first of all, that you have tuned in and that you're still continuing till this episode. You're still bearing with us, although this podcast has nothing to offer as far as I think. What do you think, Priya?
Nothing but joy.
Yeah,
Nothing but
yeah.
joy. I'm sorry,
I
guys,
mean,
if we are disappointing you, but there's only joy to offer.
if you think that's less in the world, our podcast is the place.
Yes.
But
Really
before we
like
start,
the way you said, oh, hello in the beginning.
hello.
Really
People
good,
were
really.
like, God, I'm so tired. Let me listen to some podcast. I want to relax. And suddenly they hear this, oh, hello, everybody. They like jump off their seats. What the hell? I want to listen to
Some
something.
creativity, I see some creativity.
Yeah. But whatever. Priya, recently, um, I've started to hate one kind of people. Hate is like a tough
Strong.
word,
Hmm.
strong word, but kind of dislike. So you know people who like when you're talking to them in any kind of a conversation, let's say in an office call or like sitting in front of you in a professional environment, in a professional setup. I'm not saying about friends because
Correct.
within friends it's okay. So in a professional setup, if you come across such people who are like giving you a status or talking to you about a particular thing in like absolute English, and suddenly they switch to Hindi for a particular word, like I'll give you an example how it happens. So they'll be saying that, okay, you know what? I'll be sending you this report by the end of this day. Um, will it be fine with you? And I'll say, yeah, that would be totally fine. Acha, okay. From where did this word acha came into this entire conversation when we were having a like great talk in English, and suddenly this acha, okay, nahi, actually what happened na ki I was on my way to office and I got stuck in traffic. 1 second, back off. You're not supposed to talk in that kind of English with me. I don't know, but this is one kind of a problem
But
that I'm
I
developing
always
recently.
yeah, I find it very adorable when people, they start their conversation with, I found this guy na. So there na they were sitting. Na kahan se aage, where is this na coming from? It's
Nice, cute. Nice, cute.
very
You-
cute. Sometimes people add Hindi terms, no, that rickshaw was standing and rishta was coming. All these things like which are not very common in English.
That just
Send me some
destroying.
rishta na. Send me some rishta. I'm wearing sari. Yeah. Some Bombay, South Bombay feel it gives. I really, really,
Listen,
yeah.
listen, Baba.
Baba,
Oh
I
God.
don't know. All the chashmas were there. I can't even imagine. Blah blah blah. They go on. I like
Oh, dude. I think we are destroying our language in all possible ways. Don't you think so?
both of these, English and
Both English and Hindi.
people
See,
speak Hindi, including me. I don't know Hindi completely. Sometimes the grammar is not okay. First of all, not in English even.
I
So
mean, the
all
Britishers
fine.
ruled us for 200 years, and look what we have done to their English. I
Yeah, this is
mean,
the
Priya, can you do a British accent for me? If
oh
you
my
want to give
god.
it a shot, let's do it.
I just love the way they pronounce water as water. I really some tea. Elizabeth, are the horses doing well?
Oh God. That is just great. And recently I've started not recently, I mean, for the last couple of years, I'm listening to a lot of black comedy,
Okay.
as in people from the African American origin and the comedy they do. So their English is different from white Americans, from
L-
what they speak. So I love that. I love that. Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody gonna pick that shit up.
Them
I
explaining anything is itself so funny. How do you know it?
ain't nobody listening to me.
I love it when Kevin Hart, especially Kevin Hart and
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. Have you heard of Tiffany Haddish?
Yes. 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 I've
Love them.
seen her. I've seen her. Oh, they're very, very funny people. And
So,
yeah.
speaking of creativity, I, you know, a few days back there was a news when a pharmacist actually designed his own wedding invitation, and it was in the form of medicine packaging.
Wow. Medicine
So
packaging,
I
as in
was
the one in which we get the tablets and all.
Yes, yes. So at the back of that cover of any medicine which you get, so
Hmm.
tablets and all, and you try to read what is written in the back, and it's all like the chemical name is written, the pharmacy which uses the name that is written, and then expiry date, everything. So in that
Yeah.
design, he actually designed the whole wedding invitation, and I found it so lovely. And the very first thought which came in my mind, how is KG Bhaiya gonna design his wedding invitation?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. First of all, there's no wedding happening. In case if it happens, in case if that happens, I have multiple thoughts. So
Okay.
one of it, which I love the most, is going to be a wine bottle. And the bottles, I mean the you see the label on which they mention the details of the wine,
Hmm.
like how much is the alcohol content and where it's manufactured and all of those shit. So there it'll be like kg weds, whatever,
Wow.
and
I
no
haven't
gifts allowed.
given it a thought. I mean, no, no, no. Gifts will be allowed in my wedding. That is for sure.
You greedy, greedy
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, the gift section should be open for all. But I haven't given a thought about how am I gonna design it, because you already had one. I mean, wine bottle and
I
all.
mean,
It's so
this I
fancy.
had this thought I had when I first drank wine, like in my life for the very first time. I saw the bottle and I thought that how beautiful is this bottle? How else can we use it? Okay,
Oh,
let's put the wedding invitation in it. So so in a way it will be like a gift to somebody. And
yeah.
at the same time, a lot of times when we invite people, they along with the invitation card,
Hmm.
you send some gifts, right? Like
Like
some sweets.
plantlets or some, like to grow
Exactly.
seeds. Some there are few people who are actually sending seeds along with
Yeah,
the wedding invitation so that they can plant trees.
always
Yeah.
plants. Yeah. See, plants are a good gift any day. Plants, books, all of these things. Like,
Speaking of, like, you mentioned the back cover and all, I was just recalling how Uncle Chips used to design their wrappers. Like, there used to be a story, always a story which you can read,
yeah, yeah.
and it was like you instantly feel connection with, okay, this chip packet is mine. That was the strategy behind, I think so. And if ever I'm gonna like design this way, this quirky way, it'll be like that, where it'll be like designed in a way where in a chronological order there will be a story of mine. uh oh my god. Actually, imagining it, it's very cute.
Wow, Priya. I think you want to get married,
I mean, not now,
but
but yes,
yes, eventually.
Eventually.
I think
Eventually.
for me, okay, the society's pressure and everything, that's fine. But I think I can just live my life alone. I'll adopt a dog, and I think I'll do
Don't
with it.
steal my idea. If I'm not getting married the way I'm like manifesting it, so I'm gonna adopt a dog and like live far far away,
In
buy a
Alaska.
house.
Okay.
No, 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 in India. In India,
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave India.
I thought you'll go to Alaska, live in the woods between the
No.
snow, have a couple of guns to kill
First of
bear.
all, guys, I cannot like live in snow. I mean, I can't. Do you enjoy cold?
I am pathetic with cold weather. Like, I'll tell you, I have a cousin, she lives in Toronto, in Canada.
Toronto, yeah.
Toronto, yeah, so
Hmm.
it's like snowing 6 to 8 months a year, every year.
Okay.
And the rest of the season, rest of the months, they call it as summer. So there's only two types of
Yes,
weather there.
season. Yeah.
It's either snowing or it's summer. So when summer starts, when the temperature is 8 degrees Celsius.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
Oh my
once
god.
she called me and she was like in all her sleeveless and everything. So I told, what's up? How's the, because lately I heard that there are heat waves going around the world and in some parts of Canada also. So I asked
Yeah.
her, like, is it there in Toronto as well? And she was like, no, Bhaiya, already it's 8 degrees and I'm starting to feel a little heat and the sun is harsh. I said, what? Repeat, it's 8
Wow.
degrees and you are in
And you're
sleeveless.
wearing sleeveless.
It's 10 degrees and my jackets are on and I have all the layers and everything. 10 degrees. And she's like 8 degrees and sleeveless. So I'm just worse with cold weather.
She's
And
that
I've
adapted to the weather now. I mean,
she's now. It has
really
been like more than
nice.
three years, 3 or 4 years for her. So I think a lot of people who live in the hills, and when they come down they start thinking like, oh my god, it's so hot in here, and we when we go up we start feeling the otherwise. So it's how your body has adapted to the surrounding and the weather that you have lived so far. So I think, okay, I'm very much adapted to hot weather. Like,
Yeah. The
put me in a
now
desert
correct.
and I'll be okay. But I want to make my body comfortable with cold weather. This is a body goal. It's not that I want to live there or something. It's just that my body should be able to take from minus 30 to plus 50 degrees on any given
Nah.
day. That's a body goal. That's nothing to do with my choices or my preferences.
Correct. 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 I completely get it because Indians they find a balance because there are like from January to December there are spring and then summer, spring. Also, why is not rain stopping in Pune? Oh my God. I'm just so frustrated. Anyway, that is some another level
I
climate
know.
change topic, which I'm not gonna get triggered from. So yeah.
Based on this discussion about like hot and cold weather, I was talking to a friend recently and I asked her, like, what do you think is the best invention? And she's like, I think air conditioners are the best invention. And for me, it was the opposite. I said that, oh, heaters are the best invention because heaters
Hmm.
make you feel more cozy in a cold weather, right? So if
Yeah.
if it's actually cold outside and you come inside and you have a heater in your house, you'll feel like I enjoyed like anything during the winters here in Mexico. Although it's not that cold. I think some parts of India, the places where I lived, like Ranchi, could have
Hmm.
been
Hmm, hmm.
more cooler than where I live right now. But still, I used to
Correct.
turn on the heater the moment I entered the house, and I started feeling so nice. I fell asleep very quickly, and all of those things. What do you think, Priya, according to you, is the best invention in human history?
I think I'm not gonna name anything because it's gonna be uh like somewhere controversial. I don't wanna name it.
No controversy. Nobody's gonna
Okay,
feel
okay,
bad about it, okay? If you say, okay, fine, I think
okay.
tires
Geezer.
of wheel.
I think geezer is the best invention
Lot of pressure.
because I like to take bath in hot water sometimes.
Never,
So
never. I never do that. I was
well,
in Kasol once in Manali, and
yeah.
so Kasol, fine. Kasol was okay. Everything was good. It was not snowing there, but morning 7 o'clock, I took bath in the normal water with tap water. Next day,
Hmm.
I went to Manali. It was covered with snow everywhere. And that day, we had to leave Manali at 6 a.m. So I woke up at 5. I still took bath with the tap water because unfortunately, there was no option of geyser in that hotel. We chose the cheapest
Yeah,
hotel in the town.
of
Cheapest.
course, because bachelors. Yeah.
Yeah, like 199 for the night. Something like that. They just give you a
Genius.
bed, not even a bed sheet. Something like that. So there I took
Reminded me of
bath.
that scene from Andaz Apna Apna. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So there was no geyser, of course, and I took bath with with the tap water, and I was still so good, and I felt so good after that. It's just for those like 5 minutes. The
Oh
sixth
my
minute
god.
onwards, you're just very cool, very normal. And I had a friend with me, and he was like, "I'm not gonna take shower for next 7 days, okay? Be
Wow.
it whatever the conditions, I'm not gonna take shower." And I was like, "Dude, don't worry, I got
I
this."
mean, you never enjoy the like luxury of like indulging yourself in hot shower, but yeah,
I'll
you
tell
have.
you. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So in the afternoon in Mexico, in my house, what happens on
Hmm.
weekends mostly? So usually on the weekdays, I take shower in the evenings after I come back from running. On the weekends, I take it in the afternoon. So in the afternoon, because of the heat, the water gets hot.
Automatically hot. Yeah.
So you don't have an option. So those are the days when I get hot shower, and it's fine. It's not that I dislike it, but it won't be my preference, obviously. But I
Nice.
cold water any day, any day. So
Cold water similar supremacy. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right.
You
So yeah,
know, we
we were
were
talking about the best invention. Let me give you.
I'm gonna share you one really interesting one because we were talking so much about hot showers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just it clicked in my head that Tinder swipe left invention was actually related to like hot shower. When the founder was taking hot shower, he found that he forgot to switch on the fan, and because of that, the fog was all over there in the mirror, and he was trying to like wipe off, and then he saw that in doing it one direction it was coming again, and then doing it another direction face appeared again, and with that particular thing he his brain was like, we should invent something where swipe left and swipe right should be a thing in
Of
an
course.
app where you can select people without even saying a no or yes. So I love reading about these inventions. For example, the IKEA name invention. If you
Yeah.
know, the I and K are the initials of the founder, and E is dedicated to I think, the farm name where the founder belonged, and A is the village name. So I love these like invention stories, mini invention stories. I mean,
You
we
know
are
what?
the
IKEA.
inventions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
IKEA. Just you mentioned so that I'll put forward a great point, a great strategy, basically. So we all know that all these brands, all these companies, the only way to attract people in today's generation in 2022 is to play with their minds. Okay, they'll send you as many notifications as possible, all these social media apps, so that immediately attention goes to, okay, somebody has sent me a meme. Okay, I'm gonna go log in and check it. So this is like
Hmm.
the strategy. You know what IKEA has done? So you pick up anything, any furniture from IKEA, you bring it home, and you have to assemble it yourself.
Yeah.
So if you assemble it, next time if a guest comes and you show them around your house, and you'll specifically put like more attention to the thing that you have assembled yourself. Okay, you see this? Yeah, that's assembled by me. The confidence that it gives to you by assembling it or doing it yourself
Correct.
is what will bring you back to IKEA. And the way you are spreading it, okay, this is what I have done myself. Somebody else would also want to do it himself and would go there and buy stuffs. So this is one thing that IKEA has been doing for very long, and a lot of companies nowadays have started to do that, like
Correct. Correct.
Home Depot, which is one of the brands in North America.
That's how people will feel connected with the furniture, and they'll feel that,
Exactly.
I invented it. There is some of like my effort into it. That's why not only
Yeah.
I paid for it, but I assembled it. So while
IKEA
introducing it to
IKEA
the
isn't taking any credit of the product.
correct,
It's
correct,
you who built it. You know.
nice.
Well,
Similar
I
thing
am
I
a
think
writer.
happened with
Yeah.
like those cake mix which we normally see in the grocery stores. Initially the idea was to, like, for all those mothers who don't have time to make cakes. This was, I think, from US. And these founders, they came up with this thing where the mother has to just add some milk to it, the mix, and it will get ready. But the respect, or the the charm behind, while introducing or keeping anything which you made, it requires effort. That's why the people will appreciate it. So you
True.
feel the connection there by itself. And if the children know that mother has made this just by adding this thing, anybody can make this thing, they'll not respect it as much as it would have been when they're going to spend hours and hours while making it. So what they did, they made sachets of things, like you need to add 10 grams of sugar, etc, etc. I'm just stating vaguely everything. Or
Yeah.
cocoa powder, they have given, need to add this amount of milk, this amount of flour. This made connection with the product. And now of course the children and the family members could see that woman is taking effort in the kitchen, and she is making something. That's when they evolved everything around us, actually. That's how they played with us. The thing which you said, how they are playing with the mind, and how, it's beautiful story, actually. I
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
like it.
And this has, evolved with time. Earlier, there used to be something else when, people cooked food on like coal or wood. They
Yeah.
used wood as their combustion. And
Hmm.
when gas was introduced, a lot of people were skeptical about using gas. So then also such kind of things came that, okay, the food cooked in gas is going to be more healthy, and similar advertisements start coming, and people slowly adapted to it, you know.
Correct.
And
I
same was
mean,
the transformation from black and white TV to color TV. Like people said
yes.
that, okay, color TV is gonna ruin your eyes, it's gonna make you blind. But look today,
Correct,
everything is
correct,
colorful around us.
correct. Necessity is the mother of invention, agreed.
Yeah.
But inventions are not only welcomed and celebrated just because of the necessity of that moment, but also because people find the story behind these inventions very intriguing.
Of
And
course.
by
And
people, I mean me.
initially there's a lot of resistance towards accepting those things. But once, see, we are all humans, we are all connected, we have emotions.
Hmm.
Once we see others doing it, we'll feel like, okay, everybody is doing it. Let's also do it.
Let's also do
Same,
it. Yes.
yeah. Well, like anything, it can be anything. If you see somebody buying a particular kind of like electric vehicles,
Hmm.
nobody gave a thought. 5 years back, 10 years back, that petrol or diesel or gas is causing issues with the climate. It was doing it then, it is doing it now, but nobody gave it a thought. But today, when people see that, okay, he's got an electric vehicle, so now they have started to feel a responsibility along with thinking that, okay, somebody else is doing it, it means it's working. It doesn't mean that if you get an electric vehicle, you'll get stuck in the highway. No, there are ways that electric vehicles are also running long distance, going kilometers without getting stuck. So
Correct.
when people see acceptance by others, they tend to accept it. Hey, we are 25 minutes into the episode and talking rubbish. What are the topics, Priya? What the hell?
It's just some of our thoughts throughout the week. Anyway,
Hmm.
yeah, so one very, like, I haven't been aware of this thing which happens. One woman was allergic to gravity. It was,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it was quite painful to see that how she was spending almost like 23 hours in bed due to that condition because she was allergic to gravity. She's actually working as an aviation diesel mechanic, I think, for the Navy, US Navy. But the struggle is real. I didn't know that. I mean,
Wow.
the second I read it, I was like, maybe it must be a thing we were not aware of, because there are so many syndromes we are still uh, like we didn't know that
I mean,
existed in our
kudos
body.
to the doctors and, let's say, scientists who found out that somebody is even allergic to gravity.
Yeah, to actually, how, what would have gone through the person and the people connected to that woman when they were struggling to find out why is she behaving like this. There
I
must
mean,
have
yeah,
been a, yeah,
not
so
to sound insensitive, but
correct.
first of all, the person should have like laughed. What the hell? I'm allergic to
N-
one thing, and that's gravity. Of
Now she can
everything in
say,
this universe,
time to
it's
leave earth.
gravity.
Yeah, time to leave earth, guys.
I mean, she would be a perfect candidate for the spaceships. What do you think? Space station.
She should be trained. US Navy should shift her and train her,
Immediately
fund
pack
her.
her bags,
Yeah,
because
desperate
she's
need.
she's like only person eligible, if you
Eligible,
think,
yeah. Technically, she is the only person eligible
to
because
be
she's
there.
allergic to gravity.
Wow, that's something unique. What are you allergic to? Do you even know if you're allergic to something?
Uh, Not any food item as such, but people who lie on my face and I know that they're lying.
Wow. I was about to say
I'm
that I'm
allergic.
allergic to humans in general. I don't like a lot of people.
I knew you're gonna say this line, but my answer was more fun. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, people who lie on your face, and when you know that that's not the truth, keep
That's the
on.
like
That's the
pet
fun
peeve.
part. That's the fun.
No, that's the pet peeve of mine. What is your pet peeve?
I don't know. I don't know even if I have one. I'm just like, yeah, exactly. Could be the same. Like people, I love people when they lie to me on my face and I know that they're lying. And
Oh, that's the game.
inside, I'm like, I'm I'm gonna be a bitch to this person.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
come
the
on.
perspective. Now that you have said it, it's actually a good game. Now that you know that, okay.
And
She
at
also knows
times,
that I know, and I know that she knows. So
at
that
times
game
I
is.
I tend to, make that person go deeper into their lies. Like, okay, then what happened? And then the person would be, oh, you know what? After that, this and this, and I'm like, okay, okay, keep going. You're falling for the trap.
Nice. This is a good game then.
Yeah.
We
I
can.
um I've known people who are like, a lot of people who are allergic to peanuts and some
Oh, well.
seafood. Seafood is very, very common. A lot of people are allergic to seafood. But yeah. In
I mean,
general,
lately people are
I
becoming
agree.
intolerant to few things. But this peanut allergy and everything is some Western, what we call here in India. It's
Yeah, man.
actually
I
Western
mean,
allergies you
come
have. So,
on. In people in India, they do not have any allergies. They're like, what? Do you see the quality of street food that we get?
yeah.
How can we have trained our body in such a way that unless the person digs his nose with the same hand that he's serving the food, we won't find it tasty? Do you, this is how we are trained. This is how we are grown up.
I don't think, Bhaiya, you should visualize the people listening to this. Don't let them visualize this.
That's a bad
But yeah, we
visualization.
are
But
immune in some way
we
because
have got our share
otherwise,
of
people,
beating.
yeah, people are allergic to like so many like pollen and uh, even touching
Yeah,
sometimes, touching few things they get allergic to. Roses and smell of some flower. I've
exactly.
heard these stories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, what's next?
Ah, okay.
Hey, I
Um,
heard this news lately that one of the film critics in inverted quotes, Mr. KRK, is arrested at Mumbai airport.
well done. Well done, Mumbai police, yet again.
Well, you know what? I found that guy like he's speaking in my behalf. Do not attack me. Do not attack me. Listen to me. So there was this movie Race 3, okay,
Yeah.
which I accidentally watched because
Okay.
I had nothing to do on a Friday night, so single hashtag and all of those.
Okay.
So I
You could
thought,
have slept, but okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I could have just eaten food and gone for a walk, but no, I watched Race 3. And when I watched Race 3, I was like halfway into the movie, not even halfway, like 40, 50 minutes. And I was already feeling like I'm going to get a panic attack or I need
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
medicine and all of
Nauseous.
those.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I need
Hmm.
alcohol to get over it. I need to see a therapist and all of those things.
Therapist or something. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
And
That's what
then
happened.
just for fun, I searched on YouTube like reviews for Race 3. I wanted to see what people have actually reviewed. And I found this guy's review. And the first
Oh.
sentence he says that, Dear Salman Khan, please return my money because I did this mistake of watching a movie. And I was like, you are the guy. You're my guy. You're doing it. So that's the only thing that I could have related to KRK. But otherwise, the venom that he speaks, oh my God. One
Yeah.
guy, like, the lady that deserves to be in the spacecraft, one guy that deserves to be in the jail
Yeah.
is there. So people are getting what they deserve. People are, the world is becoming a
I
better
hope
place
so.
again.
I hope so. Like good
Well,
cinema. Yeah. Good cinema getting awarded.
see,
Film
I
fairs
have this
happening.
problem. I have this problem. Okay, today I'm sounding like a kid, but when people talk about films and all, suddenly if they want to sound philosophical, they'll start calling film as cinema. Okay, this kind of cinema, you listen to the interviews recently of
Yeah.
actors and actress, and this the kind of cinema that Bollywood is making is very different from what South cinema is there. What is this cinema? Right, like two seconds back, you're talking films. Like, go watch this film. How come cinema comes into the picture? Where's this word cinema originating from? Just continue with what you're saying. Don't break my flow. I'm like,
Hindi film industry is fine with you, sir? Is
no,
Hindi film
it should
industry
be
fine with
Bollywood. Should be Bollywood. The
you?
Hindi
Okay.
cinema that we make and uh, the character artists that bullshit. Talk normal. Talk like normal human beings. This is the reason, you know, India is, I mean, most part, I'll say 90 to 100% of the country is influenced by movies. North, south, east, west, tell me what. And
Because the movies are accessible in some also art form, any kind of art form really detaches you from the difficult world which each and every individual must be dealing with. That's why I think they relate to movies, and they have this expectations from their partners, expectation from their parents, that why my parents are not serving me this thing
well,
or
Shah Rukh
whatever
Khan
they say.
has ruined our lives.
Correct. That's why they have
Love is not that beautiful what he shows in
predicted.
the
We predicted
cinema.
somewhere. Yeah.
And the cinema that he works in, love is not that beautiful.
Hindi film industry mein ऐसे.
Shah Rukh Khan, you're just ruining things for
any
us.
any movie you are like currently looking forward to?
Well, there's a recommendation for everybody listening to this. I just watched yesterday this film called HIT, from Rajkumar Rao on Netflix. I think it
Okay.
has only released on Netflix. What a movie, what an acting, what a story.
Very
Brilliant,
nice.
brilliant. I think Rajkumar Rao is one of those actors in the current generation who's just nailing it just based on his performances. Like he's pulling the entire movie just on his shoulders, on his performance. Rajkumar Rao is one. Pankaj Tripathi, the brilliant Pankaj Tripathi. There's Ayushman Khurrana. Vicky Kaushal, like very adorable, no doubt.
Very grounded, I must say. I
Very
mean,
grounded.
yeah.
And he connects so like purely with the audience. Like I can relate to him. Like okay, he's like my brother. He's like my elder brother. Like that, I can relate to him in that way.
You
But
remember his interview with in Son of a Beach, when he um
yeah,
how he mentioned about his interview and
yeah, he just went there to say no
like
to that interview.
deliver his dialogue and come back. I love
Yes.
that attitude. Someone has actually done what we always wanted to. So that's why we relate to him so much.
And taking nothing away from stars, like Shah Rukh Khan always used to say this in his interviews that he's the last of the stars. He is. He is. There's nobody gonna get stardom of his level. You
Yeah.
know,
Worldwide.
there are few things which are like last in this world. That's been accomplished. That's done. Enough. Somebody ran for 24 hours straight. I think that's enough. That's achieved.
Yeah.
It's done. So Shah Rukh Khan has just done that. But you know what? These people, these younger generation actors specifically, I think you they connect, unless they connect with the audience the way the older movies connected, like the family movies of Salman Khan, um, Shah Rukh Khan's love stories, and those things. Akshay Kumar's movies till date, if they don't make movies, or if they don't play characters that are able to, that I or you or any cinema watcher is able to relate to, I think it's going to be difficult, because people are now becoming very critical about the movies. They want
Yeah, they
to,
have.
they don't listen to critics. They
Hmm.
are the critics themselves. They'll watch the
Correct.
movie.
They themselves judge what they want to.
Exactly.
Also, what is your opinion on the word? I mean, when people comment on some actor's clip or something, I have seen people writing, this particular actor or actress is like under what is that word? Oh my god, underpaid they write, and not appreciated enough.
Underrated.
Underrated. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I think Saif Ali Khan is one of those actors who's of that generation who's underrated. He
No,
is
I'm just
one.
I'm just
Mhm.
asking, what is your opinion on people writing these things? like when someone writes this actor is underrated or that particular actress is underrated. I'm not
I
asking who you find. Yeah.
think if they mention underrated, it just, I mean, by the dictionary, it means that those actors haven't got their worth, haven't got the recognition that they deserved. Okay,
Hmm.
one of those people you would definitely agree to me is KK Menon, Ranveer Shori.
The
Hmm.
first name came to my mind when I heard the word underrated is KK Menon. Very first name.
You know,
Yeah.
that's why we are running the podcast together, Priya.
What is this connection with our brains? I really sometimes don't get it.
It's
It just freaks
programmed
me out like
technically.
anything. Yeah. It's not scripted, guys. It's actually not. Okay. Yeah,
So,
so you were
you know,
saying.
these people, I mean, Manoj Vajpayee has lately got that fame with Family Man, and people have started to recognize, but for a very long time, he was in that category, underrated.
Hmm.
Now they have started to recognize his work. Similarly, for like um, Pankaj Tripathi, he was doing all those short roles, although he was phenomenal in what he was doing.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Phenomenal. Have you seen his small part in that movie, Agnipath, when he
Agnipath.
was,
Yes,
wow,
I have.
wow. So these are
Similar
the
with
roles.
Nawazuddin Siddiqui in Munna Bhai or Talash, especially Talash.
Yeah,
I
nobody knew
loved
that
how he.
this is
Hmm.
some actor who's aspiring to become a main lead of a movie until this Vasipur came,
Correct.
you know. So yeah, there are a lot of such people, and people, I mean, a lot of such actors, and the audience has now started to recognize them. They are now giving them the due because of so much content on social media, and um, the presence of actors on social media, and with this OTTs coming into picture. Because earlier, if it's a huge mega star, there'll be those theatrical releases and so many screens would be there. If there's some actor, like, let's talk about
Hmm.
Masan was one of out of the world movies. No big actor in that movie. No big actor. No such thing. But I only watched it recently on Netflix. I never knew when it came to the theaters when it went off, you
Correct.
know. So it happens like that. Some great movies just disappear from the theaters, and some like really rustic movies are there. They're trying to make money because of the branding and so many things. But recently, because with the presence of OTTs, this has, you know, this has gone better, and I just feel it goes this way.
I mean, the endeavor and the man force behind everything, it never goes away. So that's why this underrated word disturbs me because with time and with everything,
Hmm.
for example, Pankaj Tripathi you mentioned, Manoj Bajpayee you mentioned, these actors came into such like huge audience because they got this lead roles in some OTT platform because of some extravagant movies or some really lead positions in
Yeah,
movies.
yeah,
But I still feel it was the time mm, which matters, and it was their time, and
of
they
course.
also knew, they knew the patience is gonna work someday. That's
And
why
you
they
know,
were so
one
consistent.
like very simple thing in this matter is, no matter who you are, no matter like if you are a superstar, if you are a uh, uh, star kid, or you are just an outsider, if you have done good work, people are there to recognize you. If you are not doing your bit, people are there to criticize you, no matter who you are. Movies of Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Amir Khan are getting beaten up in the
Like
theaters, who have,
anything, yeah.
yeah, who have ruled the industry for decades.
Correct.
So, and movies like this one recently came, Kashmir Files.
Hmm.
Then I'm sure this movie called Hit is gonna nail it again. Then movies
Hmm.
like Bahubali, movies like RRR, movies like
Hmm.
Pushpa, these are doing extremely well in amongst Hindi audience because now they're able to relate to the work. Now they're able to relate to the actor. Now they're doing good work basically. So that's the whole reason why they are getting recognized. No matter if you are an Amitabh Bachchan or a Shah Rukh Khan or whoever you are, if the movie is good, it's gonna get its due. If it's not,
Yeah.
it'll be the same for everybody, no matter.
Because good actors know the patterns, that it's always evolving in any art form you see. That's
Yeah.
why you need to evolve yourself with it. That's why, I mean, I'm sure these like huge names, Khans you mentioned, they are also trying some or the other way. Saif Ali Khan tried his hand in by changing himself so like drastically for Sacred Games. We were all so impressed with his performance. And then he did some
100%. Yeah.
movies also where he was playing like a playboy. So he was showing that I have this particular, range I can offer you. I can offer you. I am an actor
True.
and I'll do my job. Same with Amir Khan, he's also like trying his bit. Same with Shah Rukh Khan trying his bit. So uh, this never goes. This never goes. Similar with Pankaj Tripathi, Manoj Bajpayee, Vicky Kaushal, everyone. So every genre, every actor is, they know the code. They have to risk each and every time. It's just blind game. What happens, they don't know. So yeah, I just love this, the fact that they know the game never works.
Yeah.
You have to keep
Yeah.
changing it. So there is no
Exactly.
particular game. You need to respect uh, everyone along with this
You
thing.
have to evolve with time. Evolution
Yeah,
is very important. You cannot be playing the same roles that you did 10 years back because the audience is changing,
and I love it.
and yeah, and that's the process in every field. You cannot be doing the same thing that you were doing 5 years back because the technology is changing. You might be,
Hmm.
might have to learn something new to
Upgrade yourself. That's
be
why
up to the
so
market.
many. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
All right. I think we have talked enough about films. This topic I wanted to discuss, which is there are a lot of racist attacks happening in the United States on Indians. I mean, we have all known that somehow US has been known for its racism
Yeah, since long time. Yes, correct.
since very long time when the with black people, and then all of this Black Lives Matter movement happened. I think
Hmm.
brown lives matter too, Priya. What do you think?
I think humans matter.
Oh yeah.
We should
Well,
respect each and every
yeah.
living organism.
Every human matters. And
Yeah.
the funniest part, I watched the video of the Mexican American lady who was again, this is this is something weird that a Mexican American is shouting at an Indian that you guys are coming here and taking our opportunities. You curries. She said something like that. You curries, and I was so proud.
Oh,
I was so proud. Oh my God.
the
We are
first
known
thing that came in her mind was curry. Curry, Indian
we're,
curries.
we're known for our curries now. People.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And there was another one in California where this uh, so there was no John or Jonathan who was towing it. It was a Tajinder.
Mr. Tajender Singh, what were you doing that? Shouting at another Indian brother of yours.
Yeah,
That was
maybe a
not at all
Ravinder.
respectful. Yeah.
Mr.
But a
Tajinder
Tej
was
ho raha.
shouting at a Ravinder that, oh, you Indians. I don't know, man. See, um, I mean, we shouldn't be laughing at it. Somebody went through it. But keeping it sensitive, what's happening is uh,
Disturbing in a way because we Might be the case because we are somewhere in more secular place right now, but tomorrow we don't know what
We have
happens.
always been like this. We have always been welcoming people. In India, if somebody like stops at your place and asks for help, you'll ensure that you do everything.
Mm,
And to some extent, I have felt that in Mexico also. People here are so sweet, so helpful, that I feel like, okay, there must be some Indian or some part of our hereditary that has happened here, our origins. Because this is one thing that I totally take away in Mexico is the humbleness of people. But in United States, this has been like very often during the COVID case, during the COVID times when uh, like the entire world was under lockdown and people used to molest people from China or Asians. I won't just say China, Asians in general. Like they could be Japanese, they could be Koreans, but they look like same, right?
mm,
Somewhat. So they used to like, because of you guys, we are put under lockdown, all of those things. It's not because of them. It's not because of them. They were right there next to you, here next to your house when this COVID outbreak happened. They didn't do anything.
mm,
They don't deserve this bullshit that you're doing.
yeah,
So similarly for, I think, I believe for Indians also, we as a country have been very welcoming to everybody, every religion, everyone. And we in fact get happy when we see a foreigner in our country. You remember we go to a tourist place or something, and when we see somebody from a different country, of course you'll be able to recognize, okay, he's not obviously not from India.
mm,
And Indians get fascinated. They get starstruck. Oh my God, there's a foreigner in my city. What the hell? So
yeah,
these things are there. And when we are around the world, because now we can't help. I mean, I'm taking pride in saying this because in a way they are intelligent. In a way, Indians are intelligent, and they're running major businesses around the world, and they're
yeah,
contributing in every way. So if somebody is working in United States and um, doing their job for any tech company, or let's say any factory, any hospital, anything, what they're doing is they're they're not doing anything for India. They're serving the people of the United States. They're serving the people of that country. They're paying taxes to that country, right? So I don't know how and where this comes from. Maybe they're scared that they're capturing their jobs, which has been an argument for very long. But I don't know. A Mexican shouting at Indian that you're getting their job, that's a different fight. When I say a Mexican, as in a Mexican American, with the first case in Texas that happened.
yeah.
Not in Mexico. In Mexico, I repeat, people are very sweet, very good, very calm. I love them. I
I
love
mean,
them.
I understand the backlash, all these things happening. I understand there is a reason behind it, but that's why the need of the hour is to address why is it happening, why are Indians leaving, why are so many Indians leaving and like settling there. So yeah, that is some another level debate, and we don't want to indulge
Of
ourselves
course.
into it because it's something which will take time, which will of course take efforts from ourselves, and then yeah, things might fix.
Surely. Surely. Okay.
Humanity, guys. Yeah.
Shall we wrap up the episode? I think
Elvis
you.
has left the building. Have you heard of this phrase before? Elvis
Yes.
has left the building.
Elvis has left the building already. It's time to
I
wrap
can't
up.
believe, yeah, on the name of this beautiful artist, Elvis
Yeah.
Presley. Someone has introduced the phrase Elvis has left the building. When I told my sister, she said, I mean, she of course wanted her name to be there. I was like, you need to
Well,
earn.
some
Yeah, you can't.
self-obsessed. citizen of this country. I tell you,
Yeah,
Priya. Why are we bashing Soumya in this episode? I don't know.
because that's what we love. That's what
Okay.
we live for. That's why we breathe.
Sure.
That's how we function. That's how our cells are moving in the body. Anyway,
That's our
guys,
petrol.
Elvis has left the building. So it's time to go home.
All right,
Ending it
everybody.
with the British accent. It's
Yeah,
time to go
please.
home, honey. That's
I'm
all.
gonna go get some glass of water.
Wow.
What? I'm gonna
Wow.
eat some hamburger.
Oh my god, we are
We're
so
just,
bad.
oh my God.
Oh my god. Any
Let's not
Britisher
try.
listening to this podcast ever, even in like 2034, if it's 2034 and you're listening to this, please, please accept
Accept
our apologies.
apologies, please.
Yeah, we'll get better in your accent, guys, very soon. We're
Bye,
not gonna let it
everybody.
go. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, we shouldn't do that. We should just not do that anymore. So
Leave it.
sorry. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, thanks for listening to the podcast. Just in case you liked the episode, do leave us a rating and follow us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to. It will be of great help if you share the podcast with your friends and tell them what podcast you're consuming. And you can also send us your questions, suggestions, feedbacks, and AMAs at pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our Instagram. Our handles are there in the description of the show. And with that, I'll take your leave and see you again next week.